Welcome to the Daily Review. Today is March 19th, 2025, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold does it again, pushing to new all-time record highs. But first, looking at today's major economic events, so we have at 8 p.m. South African time from the United States, a big FOMC rate statement. That's an interest rate decision from the United States. Now looking at the markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the Turkish Lira spike to new record lows this morning. And looking at the indices, will the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ retreat after that nice bounce? And looking at commodities, we're watching gold hit new highs that we've spoken before, and oil retracing back to its supportish level. Now, when we look at the stocks, they mostly sold off across the board, giving up those gains. And last, I look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin still holding on and unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Turkish Lira, a huge spike to 38 from 36. That is huge. It actually went even higher, went to 41 and then came back. Now the Turkish Lira is having horrible situation, inflation, lack of resiliency to the economy, and it shows, okay? So at this stage, it could still just hold itself and then go lower, or it could retrace. So it's more of an action play. I would look at a 15-minute chart to really gauge it. It did retrace by 50%, so I would say at this point it probably has some supporters level at 38.45. But be it safe, because it could be fast and it could be furious. Now looking at commodities, looking at gold, hitting all-time record highs at 344 and retracing here to 329. That is so typical of gold, right? Pushes, then consolidates or sells off a little bit, and then consolidates more, and then pushes higher or lower. All right, so that's the play on gold. Nothing really jumping as we look at it. However, looking at crude oil, nice retracement back to its supportish area at $66 a barrel. Now, where's the most of the action? The most of the action is in the U.S. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. It did retrace yesterday. Question is whether or not this is a bull flag. Okay, that's what I would look for it to see if it does give us a little bit more of a headway on the upside. If we look at the tech, it's the same thing, but a little bit more sell-off when it came to the NASDAQ. Okay, so what did sell off? Tesla sold back off to its low of 225. Amazon sold off and gapped down. However, it does have somewhat of a hammer formation here at this area, retesting support. If we look at Microsoft, also retracing here, and so did Facebook, even lower, which I'm surprised because Meta was a stronger stock compared to all the others. Now jumping to NVIDIA, it also retraced just a little bit, nothing to really write home about, but obviously today you want to keep an eye on what's going to happen with the FOMC rate statement. And with that said, let's take a look at JP Morgan as that retraced also from its high of 280 down to 235. It does still have way to make a little bit of a correction on the upside. Now looking at the VIX, we're still high. I mean, 2023 is still above our normal for about 15, 16. So keep that on your radar as well to see if that's going to sell off, and Bitcoin not doing much here. All right, so the markets are kind of digesting. The markets all sold off yesterday. The question is if they were a sell-off in anticipation, there's going to be some sort of positive news in regards to inflation. So that's from us. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.